Welcome to Bloomhaven. Priscilla and I are very pleased to share this historic home with you and hope that you enjoy your time here. Bloomhaven's story began back in 1930 when Frances Colley was to marry Tom Wolfe. Tom Wolfe was of the Wolfe Florists Company's family, and thus the name Bloomhaven of this home. Frances's parents decided to give this home as a wedding gift to Frances and her new husband. The home was designed by the famed architect Birch Easterwood, who happens to be the same architect as many of the iconic buildings, the older buildings on Baylor campus, including Pat Neff Hall. At one time, Bloomhaven and the home next door, the Tudor style that you'll see to the right of the home, were part of a family compound, as you can see in this 1937 photo, where both homes are surrounded by hedges, and there was no street access. All access was through the rearward alley. At the time that Bloomhaven was under construction, the nation was 2 years into the Great Depression. This was a time when many people were impoverished and literally standing in soup lines waiting for perhaps their only meal of the day. At the same time, Bloomhaven was under construction, and in today's dollars, over $100,000 was spent on the staircase alone. It became quite the social scandal of ostentatious display. But you'll see this fine staircase as you enter the home, and you'll see several views in the photographs that we're sharing. Now, because of insurance restrictions over which we have no control, though you will see the most important parts of the home, including the formals, the entryway, you'll see the living room, dining room, and as I said, entryway, but we are not able to allow complete walkthroughs of the home. So we've tried to do our best to make up for that. Now, just very briefly, Priscilla's and my story. We started dating back in our teens here in Waco, and at that time we would drive around Waco and go out of our way to go down our favorite street, past our favorite block, and past a certain house that we considered an impossible dream at the time. Well, that was about 50 years ago, and through a long and circuitous path, about 3.5 years ago, it became possible for us to acquire Bloomhaven, and we have been restoring and bringing Bloomhaven back to its original intent ever since. As you will see inside, it is mostly decorated according to the Williamsburg, I'll call it Williamsburg, Virginia style. Not only does that fit the style of the home, which is a federal style home, Georgian, as many people might call it, came a little before that. Federal followed it and straddles the colonial era and the American Revolution era. My 11th grade uncle just happens to be Patrick Henry, who uttered the famous phrase, "Give me liberty or give me death." And so we honor that in part through the way we decorate this house and the flag that you'll see flying out front, under which Patrick Henry served both in the Continental Congress and as the first governor of Virginia. Now, in terms of things that you will not see in person, as you pass through the entryway, or if you were to pass through the entryway, you would first reach a powder room on the left side of the hallway. On the right side, you'll see the original butler's pantry, and I'll point out that one of the nice things about this home is that no one ever really modernized it. They never took out walls, they never eliminated rooms to perhaps enlarge the kitchen, etc., and the butler's pantry might have been the first one to go. So you would see the butler's pantry on the right. You would also pass into the breakfast room, where you see, again, very typical federal type features. If you look to your right from the breakfast room, you would see the kitchen. It's rather small by modern standards, but at the time when only house staff would have actually been in the kitchen, they were not too concerned at the time with lavish, large kitchens as we are today. If you kept going, you would see at the rear of the home really the only room that is not period appropriate for this house, but it is our what we call the Henry family soda fountain. It's something that we built over the years, originally starting in another home and then transplanted it here. It's something that many of our college students in particular enjoy when they visit us, not to mention our children and grandchildren. If you were to come back from the rear of the home, you would pass through a back hallway, which we have shown here in this photograph. And whether you go up the rearward, or what would have been the servants' stairs, or the front stairs, you would reach the master bedroom, and also a sitting room that's attached to that. We happen to use the British phrase for it, the snug, but it's, in essence, an upstairs den. Also upstairs are the children's bedroom, which currently our grandchildren use, the guest bedroom, and also there are several bathrooms up there, two of the three of which are still in their original tiled condition. There's the blue tiled bathroom, and a particular favorite of our granddaughters, the pink tile bathroom. If you were to come back down, you'll see the view here looking down from the grand staircase, which is certainly one of our personal favorites. As you go in the home, you will meet Priscilla, as well as our granddaughter, who will be answering any questions and pointing out a few perhaps interesting pieces that are in the home. And we, again, hope you enjoy your visit and have a very nice day.